worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown. Let's go.
I was going to use my regular personal countdown until I remembered that we have one literally for the four of us. Let me make sure this is muted. Hello, friends. We are here for stream 5. I'm actually going to change the tab on my laptop so I'm not looking at myself on the stream. We're here with the Chaos Queens, so it's sure to be a time. We've got lots of friends already here. We've got Eva and Essie and Randy and Sam and Sarah and Wendy and CB, Jacqueline, Laura, Cool Gamer. I'm sure more people are going to be coming in as we go. Becca just popped up. Hello. Would we like to do some introductions in case people are here who don't know who we are?
Sounds like a solid plan.
Right, go for it, Crystal.
Sure. I'm Crystal. My channel is Crystal's Cluster, where I make a cluster of content ranging from whatever I decide to do at any given day. Gaming, writing, streaming. Mostly, let's be honest, it's productivity streams right now because I've had a lot of stuff I've wanted to write and now a lot of stuff I've wanted to read. So that's a thing. And I also am currently working on my debut series, which is I call Project Incarnate. It is vampires. It is chaos. It is 7 books in a trench coat. Everything is fine, and right now I'm refilling the well with the books that I've got over here.
I guess I'll be going next. So my name is Marta. I make mostly writing-related videos with the occasional splash of art. My last video was very art-heavy, but there's a lot of writing videos from earlier on around. And I am currently working on a witchy middle grade project called Project Voice. Also, if you enjoy this particular combination of streamers, we call ourselves the Chaos Queens, and we stream every second-ish, second to third to fourth-ish Thursday. And I believe the next sprint will be on my channel, so if you want another sprint like this, not sprint, a stream like this, possibly this Thursday or the Thursday after. Yes.
Yeah.
And I swear behind this avatar, it's me, Violet, the Rat Queen of AuthorTube. My channel is a little bit defunct at the moment. However, the book club is alive and well. So, yeah, that's pretty much my main thing I'm doing online these days is running the Nostalgia Trade. This month we're reading The Vampire Academy. I actually just finished it. And I watched the movie.
Nice.
Ooh, fun.
That's all I have going on.
I also recently read Vampire Academy for the book club, so I am excited for the chat whenever that happens. I am your host. I almost called myself Marta. I don't think I've done that before. Mars, similar name, but not the same. This is my channel, Somber Honey Books, where I do videos, shorts, and streams about reading, writing, and other shenanigans. I've got 3 books out right now. They're dark academia, whole lot of fun. They are 99 cents for the ebooks on Amazon right now, so you can get a good deal, and they are linked in the description for you to go check out.
Perfect for spooky season.
Yeah, very good for spooky season. I'm currently hosting a readathon called Lognathon to celebrate the release of What Doesn't Break by Cassandra Caw. Crystal can hold that one up too. It's a book set in the world of Critical Role. There's reading prompts, there's activity prompts, and we're going to do a live chat about the book at some point. That's not scheduled yet, but it will happen. Do I have anything else to say? I think that's it. We're here to do some sprints, and I have some lovely timers from Violet because she's made so many good ones. Let's see who else has jumped into the chat while we've been talking. We have Leona, RK, You're right, Sam. We've never interacted before, ever. And Katie Ann is here. Don't know what this is about, but okay.
I'm pretty sure that's the number 0.
Yeah.
But the context as to the number 0 is the question.
Mm-hmm. Love many books in a trench coat. It's a fun time.
I stole it from Katie, I'm pretty sure.
Amanda.
I have no personality.
Yes. Join the nostalgia train.
Hmm.
Yes, my ghost blanket that I have.
Oh, underwater.
Underwater! Send help!
I think you're back. The last sentence sounded normal, or the last few words.
Hello?
Yeah,
Am
I
I
think
back?
you're fine.
Okay. Rude. I don't know why my mic does that. But the one side is white and the other side is black, and this is from IKEA. I tried to get it for the last 3 years, and for context, my boyfriend works at IKEA, not the store, but the office that's next to the store. And so he's gone and checked every October since they released this blanket, and I finally got it this year, and I'm very happy about it. And we have Alora here asking, how do you like Cassandra Caw's writing style? This was my first book that I read from her, and I've heard some not great things about her other books, so I was a little apprehensive, but I liked her writing style. There's a lot of big words, which is a little bit distracting at times, but overall, I found it very flowy and interesting, and I think it worked very well for this story. So...
I'm only on the prologue, guys. I'm organizing my bookshelf instead of reading it. That should tell you what I think so far. But I'm gonna finish it for the live show.
Yeah, Crystal's been having a time.
Sulking.
Ah, gotcha. It's a message from Sam's child. Yeah, that's the one that I've heard people are not the biggest fan of.
Yeah, I didn't like that book either, but I think it was just the what's it called? The blurb or the marketing for that didn't really match up to what it was.
That's fair. Is it stealing or communal use?
I mean, what does the trollmaker say? Something about a digital commune?
A morally ambiguous digital commune?
It's a transformative work.
Listen, it happens. I don't know what to tell you. We have a message from Blue. I'm glad to see he's here.
From
Oh,
Blue
cute.
Spot specifically.
Mm-hmm.
Tail wiggies.
Violet, do we have a date for the Vampire Academy live stream yet?
No, I mean anytime. Anytime. Any of the days.
Recover first. Amanda says, I downloaded the Law and audiobook and I'm looking forward to it because Robbie is the love of my life. You are reaching to the choir.
That might save me. I'm still debating whether or not getting the audiobook because it's Robbie Damon is narrating it, just like the other ones. That might get me through this book. It might.
It also has Marisha doing Laudna and the love of my life, Grey Delisle, my favorite voice actress of all time, fun fact. She is Delilah Briarwood in the Legend of Vox Machina, and she's also Delilah in the audiobook. So, nice. It's very fun. Sam says, I hate when marketing doesn't match up and ends up hurting perceptions of a product.
Yep.
We got Blue and Bunny. Bunny currently has Blue's head in her mouth. That's interesting.
I have to ask, is Bunny a bunny or is Bunny a dog named Bunny?
Bunny is a dog.
Of course, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
I
Bunny
was
is
imagining a giant bunny with a dog's head in her mouth.
Bunny is the babiest puppy in the Katie Ann Wright's household.
No.
And yes, Robbie is a top tier narrator. I'm just kind of in love with the man, so
Robbie
that's
Damon
it.
can read me the phone book, okay?
Exactly. I realize we're 10 minutes in and I haven't asked people what they're working on. So, do we want to talk about what we're working on?
I am technically supposed to be going through my TBR, which has What Doesn't Break and Just Stab Me Now left for October. But after starting to get frustrated with this, my may or may not ADHD, because I am not diagnosed, but my professional aunt goes, is like, no, this is bad. Do something else. So we're organizing this.
I've been working on doing some brainstorming and character development for Project Voice. I'm currently reading Creating Character Arcs, the something something guide to something something. Very long title. And I'm just going through each chapter and answering the little questions at the end about my characters in Project Voice and hoping that it will help.
What am I gonna do? I need to sort through all my library books I have because I checked out like a bunch and haven't read any of them because I've been kind of in a slump. So I gotta return the ones I'm not gonna read. And maybe I'll do the thumbnail for Vampire Academy. That's something I could do.
Sounds like a good time. I am working on Roll for Romance Book 1, which is my contemporary romance series, a genre I never thought that I would write. But I am currently 25,000 words into this draft, and I'm only just in the beginning of Act 2. So it's going to be a chunky one, but I'm having a lot of fun. I really like my main character and her love interest. I think they are a good time. And if you want to know the vibes of this story, it's very much inspired by a Cinderella story from 2004, the movie with Hilary Duff and Chad Michael Murray. But there's also a lot of legally distinct D&D. So that's pretty much all you have to know.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah, I'm just chugging along with drafting. And I'm not writing a spicy scene right now, but I'm writing the precursor to a spicy scene that will come later. So if you see me turning red, just know that I'm embarrassed. Bunny is a black Labrador. We call her that because she has big feet and long floppy ears. And yes, that is an adorable reason for an adorable name.
Yep.
Organizing bookshelves is so satisfying, though.
Be the first time since I moved in here, because hubby did it for me. This is hubby's design, and I wants more on camera. So
that's fair. Sam has a huge list, so for this stream I will simply be switching between reading CB's script and writing my thingy. Katie Ann's going to be working on pitches / blurbs. My least favorite parts of the secret proposal thingy. Is it really a secret if you're talking about it in every single stream? just a thought.
It's to me, so...
Katie did take the break to listen to the new Bastille album, and it's just Chef's Kiss. I do have to listen to that. Yesterday, I listened to the new Peach Pit album, and that was fun. It didn't really sound like anything new. It was kind of just classic Peach Pit vibes, but, like, I like Peach Pit, so it was fun. Randy's working on childhood friends to enemies to coworkers to lovers romance. I like that dip into coworkers. That's really fun.
That's neat.
Fingers crossed I can finish it this weekend. I believe in you. Sarah's working on chapter 16 of the YA fantasy Project Grey. Laura did a rant episode on the podcast about Nothing But Blackened Teeth. It did not vibe with her characters, how things were revealed, writing style, etc. Taught me what not to do. I also missed all its marketing and went in mostly blind. Fair enough. I'll have to check that episode out. CB's working on Harry Potter fanfic to pass the time till Friday. Amanda's still trucking through chapter 3, which I'm ready to set on fire at the moment. Oof.
Fire.
Crocheting right now from Jessica. Once I'm done with the last few rows I have, I'm going to get back to Kill Me Kindly, which is a killer name. I do love that a lot.
Yeah, I'm totally here for it.
I believe this was about my book, yes. An ooh la la from Sam. If the content is secret, it's secret. That's fair. And Stieg has finally arrived. A lizard is never late. That's what the saying is in our group. A lizard is never late.
Yep.
But had to go out and get ice and tonic water.
Priorities.
I guess the reason is secret. It's just me and my 31 closest friends.
Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Yeah.
We won't tell.
2 can keep a secret if 30 are dead. Sure. RK says, I have various projects. I think I'm going to edit a video first and then decide between my writing projects. Solid. Might use the HP fanfic if I end up not wanting to write the political Marvel fanfic. Or rather, political with a twist Marvel fanfic. Interesting. Wendy's working on Act 2 of the Second Chance romance. I love a good Second Chance romance. I know it's a little bit of an unpopular opinion, but that might be my favorite romance trope. Also, Grumpy Cinnamon Roll x Badass Sunshine.
Ooh.
Sign me up. Put me on your list for beta readers, please. Sam's also crocheting during the talking portions of the streams. I finished the square for my daughter's dice bag, now working on son 1's square. Gotta make sure the squares are the same sizes.
That's hard.
Don't crochet. I can knit, though. I am outnumbered here because I'm the only one here who doesn't crochet. I gave it a shot, and my disability said no.
Which, I mean, fair.
I was about to say, and whose fault is that, Mars? But actually, you've answered that. It's your disability's fault.
My genetics. They decided to give me crappy hands.
You're the healthier one out of the two of us, because we all know about my lovely arm that needs to be robotic. I swear to God, but I just do the things and it's not good. Send help. I've been told multiple times by certain people to crochet less so the pain's not lots.
I wonder who told you that.
I can't wait for when science catches up and Crystal and I just become cyborgs to fix our problems. Katie Ann also loves a second chance when done well. The angst, the vibes, the callbacks to the first relationship try. So good. Mm-hmm. Exactly. We will get to a sprint, by the way. I do know that we are 18 minutes in, but I just want to get to the bottom of the comments. I see what comment is last right now, and we'll get to that one and then go to our first sprint, which will be a bit of a chunky one to make up for all the chatting. Yeah. Essie says, I should be working on edits for Project Portrait, but I'm working on a Merlin fanfic instead. I support you in this. I never did go back and finish Merlin, but I did really love that show.
Yeah, did I?
I'm infamous for not watching the last season of a show. I will, no matter how long it is, I will watch everything but the last season.
Mood.
I mean, with Merlin, that's probably a good thing. You continue in that blissful ignorance.
Yeah, I'm on Tumblr, so I know what happens. I've just never seen it.
I think I've watched it all the way through 5 times or something. And every time it's like, I saw it would end differently this time. Nope, still the same.
Nope. Definition of insanity. It's fine.
Marta, have you ever read/seen the play Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead?
I have not, no.
It's basically like Hamlet fanfiction, because it's Hamlet from the point of view of Rosencrantz and Guildenstern, which are 2 side characters, but it is literally the definition of doing the same thing over and over again and being surprised when you get the same result. It's very existentialist. It's my favorite play of all time, but highly recommend. I saw that when I was in London in 2017 and Daniel Radcliffe was in it, and it was a great time. But, yeah. Oh, there's more comments, but we're not going past the one I saw. We have 3 more comments and then we'll sprint. Amanda says, I love Second Chance romance. Twister, the original, is like the best romance of all time, and it's about 2 people falling back in love, and also tornadoes.
Right.
Kind of a big thing.
I had to think about it. I think technically, Project Incarnate almost has a Second Chance romance. Technically. I had to think about that for a second. Over here in my corner.
Essie's dad stopped by and surprised with a mocha, so yay, that is nice. And yes, CB, I understand this completely. Crappy genetics mean I have zero coordination. I have very rough fine motor skills. Like it's very hard for me to like pick up and hold on to things that are small. So that is why I do not vibe with crocheting. I appreciate it, I just can't do it. And that is where I'm going to star Wendy's comment so I know where to start next. I learned to do that now. I will pull up the timer, make it full screen. Oh, wait. Robbie David is there.
It's many of our collective boyfriend.
Yeah. And also a weird cat. I don't know what's in my recommended videos. I'm sorry, guys. But we have the 4444 honeybee timer. And we're going to get started. And I'll see you guys on the other side of this. Boo. That was the end of our first sprint. How did that go for y'all? Mark is in the hot seat now.
Sorry.
Yeah. Wow, it seems to have gotten a lot darker since the sprint started in my room, but yeah, I went through another chapter of the character arc book and answered all the questions.
I made a thumbnail and also did some books.
I finished maybe The Thing. The bookshelf is organized. I might switch the vampire fiction and the friend shelf, but yeah.
Nice. I'm excited to see the vlogging of it.
Yeah.
Yes, blogging of it?
Yeah, I had my camera on my tripod running the entire time. Whether or not you can actually see the book parts is questionable, but I don't know what I'm doing. It's fine.
It's fair. There's definitely been times where I've filmed myself organizing my bookshelves, only to later look at the footage, and it's like aimed at the complete wrong spot.
Yep. Or it's like, it's mostly my back, probably. It'll be fine. I'll look at it later.
I somehow got 874 words, which is surprising because I was also chatting with people during that. Not here, not anyone in the writing community. I was literally just texting my friend.
Fair.
Yeah, I got a lot of words. Yeah, we will go back to earlier. I'll kind of like skim through the comments from before the sprint started so that we won't get too caught up, but Wendy agrees it needs a robot hand to start crocheting again. Sam is not picky about romance tropes as long as they are done well. I agree, Agent Carter was a very good show.
Mm-hmm.
Laura has seen a movie, I don't know.
Oh god, I don't remember what it's called. You were
It's
talking
fine.
about the thing you recommended.
We can move on. I've never heard of this. Something iconic happened. Got to see two of my favorite singers in Les Mis at the beginning of this month. That's nice. It might have been Twister. Wendy likes Twister. Cowboy Book has a second chance romance arc in it, and I'm so excited. We got some praise for the bees. Stieg asked what we were working on, and I did explain it to the best of my ability. Sarah put on the Warrior soundtrack to write with. Stieg says I do love romance, not as the main course in a novel, but it's my go-to side dish. CB got brace for wrist. Jessica says, Kiddo was getting into trouble by doing things she wasn't supposed to do, so I distracted her by turning on Nightmare Before Christmas. She loves monsters, as one does.
Solid choice.
I was gonna watch that the other day, and instead I watched Aliens. But I think I'm gonna watch Scream tomorrow, because that's my favorite horror movie. The Thing is my favorite horror movie, but it's not streaming anywhere, so Scream is a close second. And then I'll watch Nightmare Before Christmas maybe on Halloween. We'll see how things go. Amanda says, I need to quit deleting anything. All sentences go into a dump folder because I know I'm going to want to use them later, but forget my original wording. And Sarah apparently has a document dedicated to this. That's something that I've heard people doing. I personally don't do that. If it's gone, it's none of my business.
Must not have been important.
I have a little dump folder for big chunks and paragraphs, but if it's just one line, I think deleting is inconsequential. Boy, was I wrong.
Yeah, I've regretted some, like, wait, there was a really good line here as I'm, like, editing, like, the third or fourth draft. I'm like, oh.
My issue when I'm editing is I will read a paragraph and I'll be like, I really should explain this thing more in this scene, and I'll write a sentence, and then like 3 paragraphs later I'll have almost an identical sentence that I already wrote in the last draft, and I'm like, okay, well,
y'all have caught me on
done
that
so many times.
Yeah.
Then you gotta figure out where it actually works better in the story, and it's just a hassle. Sarah's software has a specific button for saving deleted lines. That's very interesting.
Ooh.
It is called ButterDocs. I've never heard of this.
That sounds like a fun name, though.
Mm-hmm. All of CB's deleted words or scrap drafts go into the trash draft. Makes sense. Yes, we have some amazement at this function. I'm only skimming the conversation, so maybe I understood wrong. We'll find out. Hello, Lisa. I accidentally slept for 12 hours.
I mean, apparently you needed it, you know?
Yeah, well, been there.
Yep.
It's called the stash. You highlight the section, and it stashes it in a separate section for you to drag and drop back into the document when you need it. Interesting. You had to catch up on sleep after being caught in that time warp yesterday. Understandable. Oh, hey, Madison, what's up?
Hey.
RK says I edited about half my video, and then my sister woke up, and we chatted. Nice. Apparently Wendy has already tried ButterDocs. I almost said mom. Sam finished reading the script and did some momming. Katie Ann made lunch and smoothies and spent the last 10 minutes watching a YouTube video. Now I'll actually have to do work. Probably. Amanda added some pizza to the first scene for levity, and then immediately a spooky, scary shadow figure.
Oh, pizza.
Yeah, pizza.
I support both the pizza and the spooky, scary shadow figure.
Yep.
Same.
Moderation. I did nothing but write on a fanfic I'm not supposed to write on. Stieg, what is this fanfic? I am very curious because I don't think you've mentioned a fanfic.
He came up with the idea during Marlon's stream. It's something Agatha. It's a
Oh,
Marvel
Agatha all
thing.
along?
That one, yes.
You're right, Agatha All Along fanfiction. I'm listening.
I wasn't there, so thank you for the explanation. I was asleep. Actually, I was awake because Mullen's stream started at 5 a.m. my time, and that was when I was in the bathroom feeling nauseous. I should have said hi. I did respond to a text from my sister, and she said, "Why are you awake?" And I'm like, "Why are you awake? We're in the same time zone."
Half of the fun is responding to messages, especially from Marta. We'll put stuff in the Discord, or anytime we had a chat stuff, and I'll respond at 4 or 3 o'clock in the morning because I'm awake just to see if it drives her nuts.
Yeah, my sister had a much better response as to why she was awake. She was going hiking, so she's the outdoorsy athletic sister. I am not. I am the sit in my chair and write for 8 hours a day sister. CB got 507 words. Nice. As foretold, as soon as I really got into the flow, my husband came in. I did get about 200 words. I love that as foretold. Shannon got words and lunch. Nice.
Ooh, lunch.
Isn't it almost dinner time for you, Violet?
I already had dinner, full transparency. I'm just still hungry.
That's fair. I have to figure out dinner. Might be chicken and rice.
Ooh, yum yum. I
Yeah,
have to
we
figure out
got
food.
Japanese barbecue sauce at the grocery store last time because it looked interesting and it was really delicious, so I'm looking forward to having that again. Yeah, go where the inspiration takes you. You can't help what work comes out of you. Maybe you need to write the fanfic to get inspired for the original work. And we had Elena pop in. Hello, hello. Just popped in the last 2 minutes of the sprint. Welcome. I hope you get some good work done while you're here. We will be doing more sprints. Randy says 557 words and down to 6 chapters left to write. You are killing it. Thank you. I appreciate this. Jessica's on row 16 of 17 for the main body of the cardigan, and then can start on the sleeves. Yay! Anna's back from taking a break and ready to read. Let us know what you're reading. Cat Paw made breakfast, swept and mopped the floors. No wording. Very important things to get done, though.
Mm-hmm.
CB says, I need to eat dinner and shower at some point. I won't be around tomorrow because I'm going to go see Venom: The Last Dance. Is that a new Venom movie? Is that a thing? I've never seen any of the Venom movies.
Neither have I.
Me neither.
Yeah.
I have a Marvel girly, and I saw like the Venom stuff. I'm like, out of all of the Marvel characters, I'm not the biggest Venom fan. Venom was not something that came up.
Yeah, I haven't been into the superhero stuff in a while.
We all know where I've been living.
Morgan says, I did some plotting, trying to figure out a key plot point towards the end of the book. I believe in you. You can do this. Hashtag save the bees. Also, I've never seen Nightmare Before Christmas. It's not horror. It's very silly in children's vibe. And it's a musical, and the songs are so
a family movie.
Yeah.
It's fun, scary.
Fun, scary, yeah.
Cozy, spooky.
I mean, granted, Oogie Boogie gave me nightmares when I was a child, so I never actually watched Nightmare Before Christmas until I was like a teenager / adult, because Oogie Boogie was terrifying. But now it's my, Halloween and Christmas rewatch.
Yeah, Oogie Boogie is my mom's favorite character, so we had a giant plushie of Oogie Boogie that just sat on our couch every Halloween season. And then the cat ate it.
Aww.
More Nightmare Before Christmas stuff. This is why I keep copies of all my drafts just in case. Yeah. All of my new drafts go into a separate document.
This is why I have 30 versions of each chapter. Some of them duplicated across multiple folders depending on the draft.
Fair enough. As long as you understand what's going on, no one else has to.
Yep.
Yeah, I sure hope I don't die and my boyfriend has to finish and publish my book for me, because he's not going to be able to find the latest one.
That's a really funny thought. That's not what I was expecting you to say. Also, don't do anything Christmas related until after November 2nd. That's fair. I am a believer in Christmas comes after Thanksgiving, but I won't begrudge anybody their interests. Like my friend Tiara, we lived together in college, and she started playing Christmas music in August, and while that is very wrong of her to do, so she enjoyed. I let her do it.
I'm not gonna yuck anybody's, but.
Yeah, she's very much a Christmas person. Wendy says, I create a folder that I call outtakes, and everything I delete goes in there until I know I don't need it. I call it compost in my head because it might be uswhen later.
I love that so much.
I love the terms that people come up with for their writing. When I was doing my cowboy book, I had to move scenes into different paragraphs, and I called it doing surgery.
Yep.
It's so fun. You would not be the first streamer to call me mom. It's even my title in the Troublemakers Discord. Yeah, I just didn't read. I saw your thing, and I stopped reading halfway through your name. Excitement for the fanfic. Insert that Spider-Man pointing meme, R.E., Mars, and my sister being awake at 5 a.m. Oh my god, I'm so behind on comments. It's an Agatha All Along fanfic, but a prequel set between WandaVision and Agatha All Along about Joe Locke's character. Is that the guy from Heartstopper? That's the actor, right?
I have
Could be.
no idea.
Because
I've
he is
never-
an Agatha all along, I'm pretty sure, so.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't seen any of this because A, I don't really watch Marvel anymore, especially I only watched like a couple of the TV shows, and B, I don't like Wanda. So I never watched anything after her introduction. Well, not after her introduction because I know she was introduced in like the post-credit scene, but like I don't like what they did with her character. I love comics. I read a lot of them as a kid, and I just don't like what the MCU did with a lot of people.
Yeah, that's fair. They did kind of do Wanda pretty dirty as a big Wanda girly. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's fair.
We have Raphael here. Hello. Haven't even had breakfast yet, but it's still morning there. You have time. So I'm standing there, Japanese barbecue sauce on my titties. Yeah. Anna's reading The Spell Shop. I've heard good things about that. It's on my TBR for November because it is the Bujo Buddies book club pick for the month. So hopefully I enjoy it. Or hopefully you enjoy it too. I should think about more than just myself.
You're smart. How selfish of you to hope that you enjoy a book, but Anna doesn't.
Well, I also hope she does. I hope everyone enjoys all of the books that they read. Is that good?
Yes, thank you. I appreciate that.
Never saw the first Venom, but I saw the second one. Interesting way to do things, but I can't judge. I did that with the Batman trilogy. I watched the third one and then the second one, and I'd never seen the first one.
I mean,
Nothing like I'm supposed to be writing to inspire you to get housework done. He's funny, but he's not as funny as Deadpool. I do still have to watch the third Deadpool.
yep.
I've heard mixed things about it.
I'm waiting for it to come on streaming. I'm waiting for it
Yeah.
to come on streaming.
To the shock of absolutely no one who knows me, Katie loves Venom. At least the first one. It's so bad it's good. Tom Hardy is just chef's kiss.
Fair.
Venom seems like a poor man's Deadpool. I would say the first Venom movie just really hit all the right buttons for some people, and I respect that a lot, actually. And Elena loves Venom. There's just something about watching a movie that isn't trying to be good.
That is true. We love a good movie.
Mm-hmm. I would classify Nightmare Before Christmas as a kid's portal fantasy with horror elements. Yes,
There you go.
I like that distinction. Eddie, the main character in Venom, is much angstier than Deadpool. He has a parasocial, maybe sexual relationship with an oily monster. Relatable king? Katie, do you have something to tell us?
I have questions I don't want to know the answers to. Ow.
This is true. Thanksgiving is not a UK thing. Very much looking forward to Avengers 5. There's an Avengers 5 coming out?
Secret Wars, yes. And my Marvel boyfriend may or may not be in it. There's rumors that Loki's coming back, but they're very loose rumors.
Interesting. November is still autumn. Christmas is firmly winter, so until it snows, it's still autumn. Agreed. People who think that November is winter really grind my gears because winter doesn't start until Christmas.
Yes.
What? November is totally winter.
I feel like the second half of November is winter and the first half is sort of autumn-ish. But it
No,
depends on what
hard
year it is and
disagree.
how cold it is.
I mean, I feel like November is the New Year's week of the year, where it's just kind of like it exists indeterminately between holiday seasons, which is why we've decided that spooky season is going to continue into November, so I can still do the things I want since October was crazy.
Yeah. We don't get snow here until like January, so no. I am a firm believer in winter starts on Christmas.
I mean, I'm
That's a
normally
weird
in Spain
stance.
over Christmas, and it's extremely summery in Spain, so I gotta enjoy winter before Christmas.
Valid, but I like being opinionated on things that don't matter.
Hey, I mean, it's fair.
Count Nightmare Before Christmas as a Halloween and Christmas movie, so it gets played from October to January. Understandable. Compose? Sure.
I like Katie's version.
Compose, even.
Yeah, for the compost file.
Mm-hmm. Outtakes is so smart. It is very much like surgery. Yeah, I was trying to think of a way to describe it, and I was like, this makes sense. November 2nd is All Souls Day. Comprost. We're trying so hard here. Also in choir, we start practicing Christmas music in October to be ready for December. That makes sense. The Troublemakers, Mother, Maiden, Crone, Sam, Isabella, and Jess.
Fair?
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say rip Isabella, but that is not what I mean. She's just not around anymore. I was correct. I love being correct about things. It's one of my favorite things. They also did Pepper Potts pretty dirty. She doesn't even have a backstory in the MCU.
Like, I just exist. Hi.
Mm-hmm. One day we'll get to the bottom of the comments. I try to think of all deleted writing compost because I like to remind myself that it's never a waste to have written them.
That is a cool way of looking at it.
They did her so dirty. Literally, the way they butchered her character made me stop watching the MCU for good. Endgame really made me disengage, but Wanda ruined every experience. Yeah, Endgame is the last one that I was like excited for, but I've watched a couple since then, I think, but only like 2.
I've watched all of them except for the newest Ant-Man movie, and it can go to, and it can just, and that one Thor that nobody wants to talk about.
There's too many movies. Controversial take, but there's just too many movies.
I've completely lost track of everything.
Yeah.
Wendy says, I liked WandaVision, but then the movies undid the character development, and that annoyed me. Admittedly, have not read the comics. I don't know why I pronounced that weird. Didn't even get into the MCU till Spider-Man Far From Home.
Fair.
A folder on my computer called the compost bin, where I put stories that I've given up on. I do like cannibalizing old stories for new stories.
For sure.
I don't know anything about Marvel outside of WandaVision and Agatha all along. Enjoyed Wanda, but the way Agatha truly infused every living cell in my body. It has taken over my life.
It's really good.
Correct, Katie. It is the Christian Bale Batmans that I'm talking about. I saw the third one in theaters. It was my birthday gift that year from my brother, even though I had never seen the first 2. He took me to go see that, and then, like, months later, maybe even a couple of years later, I watched the second one when it was, like, just on TV one day. Still have yet to watch the first one. So is Liam Neeson. This is true. This is known.
Yeah, this is known.
Tom Hardy portrays nuanced, symbiotic, poly-romantic relationship that Eddie and Venom actually have in the comic.
Neat.
Do they have alien babies together, if I remember right? At least one.
It's Marvel. It wouldn't surprise me.
On the downside, I got called for jury duty. On the good side, I wrote 455 words. Jury duty sucks. I'm sorry. It snows in October here sometimes. It used to snow in October here, but global warming is a thing.
Yep. Sometimes we got snow for Halloween. It is a Canadian joke that Halloween costumes go over snowsuits because that happened a couple of times growing up. Doesn't happen anymore. Usually it's rain.
Winter doesn't technically start until the solstice, which I think is the 21st. So I'll give you winter lovers 4 more days. We can say the 21st.
Love
I'm willing
that.
to concede on this. Stieg, you
But
also
if the
live
Christmas
in Norway.
decorations are out, it's winter, and you have the decorations out like in November.
They start selling the Halloween decorations or the Christmas decorations at the same time as the Halloween decorations. So,
Yes, selling, but then actually putting out.
I don't have Christmas decorations.
there is, since Canadian Thanksgiving's like the second week of October, there are people that will take the Halloween decorations down the second Halloween is over and put the Christmas decorations up. Because Christmas season is after Thanksgiving, and then, yeah. I know people. It's a problem.
Yeah.
Fun.
My children know in this how there's a difference between retail seasons and actual holiday seasons. Jessica doesn't get snow until February, so. Katie says, I do say that my birthday is winter. It's December 4th. Somewhere at the end of November it becomes winter, but early November is still autumn. There are colored leaves. And
Yeah,
this
I can
is
get on
why
board with that.
we're going to leave the horror and harvest section open in November, correct, Katie? We're not going to close it on November 1st this year?
Shots fired?
Don't get snow until December-ish. Sometimes we get it before New Year and sometimes we don't. Winter equinox is December 21st. Rip Isabella. She's not dead or anything. She's just off being a child in the real world.
I mean,
I still can't see the end of the comments.
I would stop trying at some point and start speed rounding it. Oh, you're close.
Okay. I'm like very close, so we're just gonna do our best. Raphael says we don't get snow, we barely have winter. We get 3 to 5 months that are actually cold. I do think of December as winter in general. In all fairness, Gwyneth Paltrow doesn't even remember half the movies she's in. I was in that is a common phrase for her in interviews. Gwyneth Paltrow is a strawberry? MCU movies really became character soup. I can't tell who anyone is, too many of them, which is an ironic take for me, but I digress. Derogatory? Insult to strawberries, I know. To be fair, you don't need to see the Batman movies in order. They're like interconnected standalones, but the first one is really good. My favorite of the 3, really. Let me know what it's streaming on, and maybe I'll look into it. I've only seen the second and third of the Dark Knight trilogy in the cinema. We put up our Christmas tree the weekend after Thanksgiving, so they're up for Katie's birthday. That's nice. 2 more comments. We got this. Depends on if it snows on November 1st like it did for me last year. And we don't have strict sprint requirements anymore. So as long as the viewers don't riot, don't stress. I just want to work on my book more, if I'm being entirely honest.
Look, Steve is rioting.
Yeah.
Yep, we have
This
the rat.
is for selfish reasons.
Yep. I mean, I'm thinking of changing the shelves again as I'm staring at. I just keep staring at them in my frame.
Okay, one more comment. It is on HBO Max, which I do have. My friend Zach messaged me the other day, and the entire message was just his username and password for like 4 different streaming things.
Love
So,
that.
yeah, it was very unexpected, but very welcome. So we are going to now sprint after that riveting conversation about monster fucking and the MCU and seasons, because that's what we chatted about.
Yep.
Katie needs to write the blurbs, need to do them during the streams for moral support. So here is your moral support. We are doing the 30-minute Pride timer, or as we like to call it, gaze. So I will click play, and we'll be back in 30 minutes. And that was the end of sprint number 2. That went by so fast. I don't know if anyone else feels that way, but how did y'all do?
I went to get a snack because it's well past my dinner time, but we're gonna have dinner after the sprint. After the stream, I mean. And then I went back to reading the book and brainstorming.
Yeah, I did some reading, but I'm not feeling so good.
I'm sorry about it.
I moved some stuff around a bit and filmed it, and then I went back to this, and it's fine.
It gets better, I promise. The first few chapters are very dense.
I'm putting all my faith in you, my dear, because
Oh, I don't know about that.
because I'm currently spite reading because of the concept it might get better. It's not grabbing me. It's not. I'm skimming.
Save all of your thoughts for the live show.
I will. I promise.
That sucks, though. I hope you do end up liking it, just because I want you to enjoy it.
I want to too. It's expensive as fuck. I better fucking like it.
I mean, returns are also a thing.
I tried to return a book once, and the Indigo people, I mean, this was years ago, and it was still called Chapters, went after me with a spork. Like, they were not impressed that I wanted to return the book.
That is annoying. I definitely feel like people at the bookstore are, like, kind of snooty when you return a book. Like, this has nothing to do with you. I just don't want this.
Yeah, it's like, you cracked, like, the spine has obviously cracked. I'm like, the book was this thick. Like, actually, I still have it. It was this motherfucker. Because I had the spine, since the book had been opened, there was damage on the spine, and they're like, we can't take it. And I'm like, but how do you expect me to know if I liked the book if I couldn't read the damn thing? Rawr.
Yeah. I don't remember where I left off at the end of the first sprint, so I just have a cumulative total, and so far today I've written 1,492 words.
Nice.
That's a lot.
Job.
So I've hit my goal, because according to Pacemaker, let me check my to-do list for today. Pacemaker said I had to write 1,443 words, so I've checked that off.
That's awesome.
I did see we had some friends join us. We had Sasha and Andrea. Hello. Steek says, okay, I've done some important work this stream. I've titled the 4 parts of my novel. Part 1, The Coming Storm. Part 2, The Wicked West. Part 3, Into the Fire. And Part 4, The Heart of Darkness.
Nice.
Very vibey.
So how many of these parts have you written, and when can I read it, Steve?
Amanda says, okay, I need advice. This chapter's giving me grief, and I just think I'm talking myself in circles. What would your advice be? Move on to something new? Take a break from writing for a bit?
Yeah,
Do we have advice?
I'd take a break. I just, let your brain kind of like sit. If you have something like mindless to do, like doing dishes, that's my advice. Is do something that doesn't require brain power to let your brain kind of untense and chill out for a bit.
I also think it depends on how long you've been writing for. Like, if you've been going through for the entire writers and you're just tired, take a break. If you're specifically stuck with this one chapter and you've been getting back to it multiple times and you're still stuck, either try and approach it from a different angle or move on to the next bit and come back to it.
That sounds like a solid piece of advice. I'm a very firm believer in putting things off that you don't want to deal with yet. Like, if I'm writing and I come across an issue and I'm like, that seems like a lot of work, that's a problem for the next draft.
Yep.
Hopefully you work through it. Catpaw got more edits done. Now I need more coffee. Fair enough.
Coffee.
Sarah suggests reading through the previous chapter, then the current chapter so far to see if an issue presents itself. If not, try to move on to the next chapter. If there's still grief, take a break. And Sam read some of Laura's story, had to mom, eat, and I'm getting changed into my costume for later. Eternian stories? I don't know if that was pronounced correctly, but that's my best guess. Welcome. Finished one chapter and went on to another. RK says, I finished editing my video and worked on laundry. Nice. I have to do laundry and I'm not looking forward to it. That was so quick. I went down to make a marinade for dinner and helped my dad put up a window cling of Michael Myers. 59 words of the blurb written. One paragraph down, like 8 more?
Woo!
That's progress. Oh, Violet.
Violet, if you're not feeling well enough to be here, don't force yourself. Like, we love having you, but no obligation if you want to lie down or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll let you know.
Randy had lunch and wrote 216 words while internally screaming, why did I have to add so much angst into this book?
the question. Because reasons.
Yeah, love a good angsty book.
Mm-hmm.
What happened to now I have to write? Mama Eyeballs emotionally blackmailed me. Mama Eyeballs! Another 300 words for Wendy. I keep trying to remind myself it doesn't have to be perfect, but I keep stressing about the world-building details. With a spork, that feels like assault.
I mean,
Bless you.
like I said, not literal. Just, they were very, just, eh. I still remember it, and it was like 10 years ago. Like, or over 10 years ago.
Elena got 595 words and spent a bit looking for my story Bible. Yeah, Stieg agrees that if the spine is cracked, no takesies backsies.
I mean, that's fine. Like, it wasn't as bad as it is now because I've tried to read it, like, multiple times over the years. Because, like, there was a time where I wanted to do a challenge for myself. This did not last. I wanted to read my entire bookshelf. And so I tried a few times. It's fine. I still have it.
Thank you, Katie. I love being praised. Don't take any context from that.
Oh my god.
CD says 120 words and dinner. We're moving on. It's fine. Wait, you actually finish a book in the time to return it and don't just hoard books for years?
I am a dragon. This is my hoard.
Mm-hmm.
It's small because of space.
That's fair. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Eek.
This is Crystal.
Yes.
I'm glad you were not actually chased. That'd be so scary. Perfect for the season.
I've had enough trauma in my life. The idea of being chased out of a retail store with a spork just sounds like a lot.
As someone who's worked retail, I mean, sometimes I would like to have chased customers with a spork, but
In
that
fact,
might be more about me than anything.
I wanted to be the chaser. I've never wanted to be the chasee.
Stieg has written part 1 and has about 3 chapters into part 2.
Oh,
It's true. You can donate to libraries if you can't return it.
That's true. But also, bored.
If you're okay with reading first drafts, you can also get it in January, but it's so half-baked, some of the ingredients are still in the shop.
So I'm totally okay with reading first drafts. I do know that you want to potentially save beta readers for later drafts, so like if you're short on people for later and you want to save me, that's completely fine. But if you need more people for first draft, I'm here.
Marta's very accommodating as a beta reader and also gives fantastic feedback.
Thank you, Mars. But yeah, no
100%.
obligation, because I totally also save people for later. Because I know there's a limited amount of people and a limited amount of first-time readers you can have. So, like, no pushing, but I'm very happy to read it if you'll give it to me.
And more advice for Amanda, if you still want to work on this chapter, maybe try listening to it aloud. It might help you be like, oh, like this part is specifically repetitive. Essie had lunch. It's okay, it's a hard pronunciation, lol. Sasha's revising the tenses in my draft. Apparently opening chapter, Sasha thought this book was going to be in present tense. How wrong she was. I'm having the opposite thing. I'm almost 27,000 words into this, and I'm like, ooh, maybe this should be present tense, which I've never written before. So, that's a problem for draft 2. Stieg says you have to stay, Violet, but he has no power here. He has some power here. He does have a wrench, but...
Yeah, well, I listen to Stieg usually.
While rewriting, I'm like, what the heck are my characters doing or saying? Like, I didn't write it in the first place.
Had those moments? Wait, what?
Jessica is finally on row 17 of 17, and spent most of the sprint helping hubby with lunch for kiddo. I'm skipping some comments.
Which comments are you skipping, Mars?
I'm skipping them.
I hope they weren't suspicious ones.
Tenses and POV shifts are for someone I eventually get to edit this disaster. Dragon with a tiny lair.
You should see my apartment. It is very tiny.
I saw art once of a teeny tiny dragon that was so small his entire hoard was 1 gold coin. And it was the cutest thing.
Want to see the smallest dragon I own, of which I have a whole shelf of dragons? My friend gave me a little baby Toothless.
He is a little baby.
Toothless.
The littlest dude.
Cute.
I put him
That
on my...
looks like...
Hmm?
What? You go.
I put him on my D&D shelf because he is... Or on my Critical Role shelf because he is the littlest dragon. So he gets the honor spot.
That looks like he's the same size as my tiny dragons, but they are on a shelf you can't see. So, you can see like part of the shelf, but they're like right behind this part of my chair, and also very far away, so you wouldn't be able to see how tiny they are. But
I have like a
also
bunch of
have
like
tiny dragons.
little baby dragons in like cracked eggs, like their heads pop up, so I guess they're smaller than Toothless, but they're up there, and they're going to stay up there because the spiders have found them, so they are going to stay right there.
Yeah, that's fair. I realized the other day that I probably should clear all the spider webs out from behind the radiators because we're starting to use the heater, and I'm like, maybe that's a problem I can push onto Jacob.
Sounds like a Jacob problem to me.
Yep, that is 100%.
I'll make sure to tell him. Lamenting that I wrote a really fun scene that introduced the friends, but now I have to reintroduce them earlier and have a scene that should do the job better, but I can't reuse the other scene, and I'm struggling with Let It Go. I say cannibalize it for a different story.
Yep.
Some customers deserve to have a spork waggled at them. Imagine being at the store and someone just starts chasing you without provocation, though.
That's terror. That sounds like terror. I'm not okay with terror.
I really like this comment. More pasta is required to stop me turning into the Hulk.
Valid. I want pasta.
Yeah, pasta would be good.
Relatable.
Mm-hmm.
And Stieg is actually 3.5 chapters in. I'm torn between wanting to share with everyone, but also keep some good eggs for later down the road when I need more eggs. Well, I can also confirm that Marta is good at reading several drafts of something. I think with Revelry, she read like 3 different drafts, and I got very good feedback on all of them, so.
Not too nice. I don't think my feedback was that useful that later on, but I tried.
I thought it was, and that's what matters.
I still talk about the last time that Marta read one of my drafts and came after me with a spork. That's just my favorite way of saying things. Because the feedback was just like, yep. And I was like, yep, nope, that's fair.
I just saw a later on message. Hold on. This one first. Once you start writing present, it's hard to go back. I used to always write in past, but now present is my life. Yeah, I just feel like present tense is like the expected thing for contemporary romance. So, again, that's a problem for draft 2.
Yep.
Now that is a blatant lie, Violet.
Don't accuse me of being a liar. I would never.
And then, how dare you silence women and gay people, Mars? My bad. It won't happen again.
I think you should go back and read those comments just to make sure you're not, being mean to Katie and Steve.
No, instead I'm going to tell a story about Taskmaster because I've been watching the latest season, and one of the contestants is Rosie Jones, who is both disabled and a lesbian, and I don't know if y'all watch Taskmaster. It's a bunch of comedians doing tasks that are really stupid, and one of the hosts of the show is Alex Horn, and the other host likes to make fun of him a lot. Like, that's kind of the whole dynamic. And he was assisting Rosie on one of the tasks because it was like a physical thing that she couldn't do because she's disabled, and he messed it up for her. And just the way they were going at him, they're like, you hate disabled people and you hate women and it's because she's a lesbian. It was just so funny. It was not in the actual episode. They posted it as an outtake. They're like, there's no way this is airing on television. But it was so funny. 10 out of 10 would recommend Taskmaster. It's probably my favorite TV show, and it's on YouTube for free. Steek says, I want to write future tense. You'll walk down the road and turn left, and there she'll stand, sword in hand. I'm intrigued. Maybe not like a whole novel, but like a novella. Eva has a toothless pipe.
I love that.
That tense definitely has a place. It feels very ominous. We got some love for the little toothless.
He's just a little dude.
To be fair, Katie and I, meaning Stieg, should be silenced from time to time. I need to be humbled or else I'll devour the world. Oh yeah, see, Wendy has already got me, because this comment is from 5 minutes ago. Hard to imagine a novel in future tense, but a short story. Future tense just sounds like you've written a very long ransom note. Future tense, second person, you will read it and you will like it.
Oh gosh, what a threat.
Yeah. I actually did, when I've written one spicy scene for this book so far, and my mind immediately started going at it in second person because I'm used to writing fan fiction, which is, at least the fan fiction I wrote was in second person. So I was just like, nope, we're not doing that here. So writing that in first person was a big, weird thing for me.
I could not imagine doing that. That's like, I'm a third person girly. We know this. That sounds. I'm already scared of my own spice. I wouldn't want to try to do it in first.
Yeah, it's a little bit strange. Nom nom, let's devour the world. I'm hungry.
I'm also hungry. Maybe not for world.
Yeah. Hello, maybe Lavender. That's a very cute little picture. Just don't run. Make them face you like a true warrior. Always, that's what the compost is for, but my boys are so cute in this scene and I want it for them.
Oh.
Yeah, no, that's a struggle. This might be for you, Marta?
Yes, even though my name is spelled wrong. That's alright, though. It happens. I guess I read mostly fantasy. But also if you're looking for beta readers, I'm not sure if you're on the Troublemaker Discord. But if you post like a blurb of your story and like length and that sort of thing, people will generally respond if they're interested in reading it. I'm not sure if one of the Troublemakers who have wrenched wants to share the link or something. I feel like that would be useful. But
Technically, all 4 of the Troublemakers have wrenches on this channel, but Wallace and Devasia have not shown up. I assume Wallace is in full goblin mode.
Like, can we share Discord links if it's not our library? I don't understand how Discord works well enough.
Katie says, I feel the same way about a grocery scene I wrote. Is it necessary? No. But do I want to keep it? Yes. Did I keep it? Also no. Sad.
If someone needs to write a novel that is just those scenes that you delete from like previous drafts. They're like the books outtakes edition or something like that. You know how like DVDs have those special features that are just outtakes. Someone needs to make a just outtakes book of. My brain is starting to become under the effects of allergies. I don't know if this is making sense.
It's fine. We're not getting a third sprint in because we've been chatting so much, so we just have to hang on for a little bit longer. It has been 6 minutes since this comment was posted, so I have no context for it. I'm sorry. I'm really pulling a Michael here. And don't kill your darlings. Compost them. Not to bring us back to that, but... Oh, Violet is here.
Technically.
But Violet only lies when absolutely necessary, and sometimes just because.
Exactly. You understand.
It'd be repetitive in the new version, but I love it. It is my child. If you don't want me to accuse you of being a liar, Violet, don't lie.
That's rich coming from you, Steve.
We had it coming, as they say in Chicago. Yes, Rosie Jones has cerebral palsy. I will also say that Taskmaster is a British show, so they do tend to lean into British humor, but that's expected. They do have sometimes people who aren't British on the show. There's been a few Canadians and a few Australians throughout the years. They had it coming. Apparently she was in Call the Midwife. I don't know what that was. I don't find her funny, but I do respect her. Fair enough. Alright, thanks for your help, everyone. I'm going to take a little break. That was 4 minutes ago, so probably on your break, but maybe listen to the sweet, sultry sounds of Robbie Damon. See you all later. Bye.
I mean...
Katie says, I've never written anything in second, let alone smut, and I never write in first. Roll for Romance is in first person with one point of view. So I know sometimes romance books... Oh my god! Hello! Speaking of gays... it is not RPF, it is RFR, Roll for Romance. It is first person, just one person's point of view. I know romance sometimes has like both sides of the love interest and like alternate chapters, but I don't want to write from Cody's perspective, so we're just getting Emma.
Mood.
Yes. Hello, friend. Welcome. My fave is animated movies that make outtakes. Looking at you, Shrek.
Yep.
Excitement for gays. A link to the Discord. Where is Michael?
Nobody knows.
Who knows? Another link to the Discord.
Thanks, guys.
Actually, that is a fun idea. Like when an author posts like a bonus epilogue, but instead are also a deleted bonus. Could be like on your website or newsletter type of thing. They're the treble makers. A liar can know another liar. I am a self-proclaimed liar, and you ain't got nothing on me, Violet.
Okay,
Laura.
you win.
Laura's writing Flash in the first person, where the main character is getting dissected while alive by someone they wish was their lover.
Oh.
Yeah, that's Laura.
Oof.
Yeah, expect nothing less.
What is a Canadian if not just a British person with a funny accent?
Excuse you.
I think Stieg wins comment of the stream because I really like that one.
It's like, as a Canadian with a bunch of funny accents, if I try hard enough, it's fair.
A hockey player? Canadians and Australians, are they bringing the Commonwealth back or something? Maybe. There is an Australian version of Taskmaster that I have not seen. I think there's 18 seasons of regular Taskmaster. I think Australian Taskmaster has 5 seasons, but I have not watched that. I have watched all 3 seasons of New Zealand Taskmaster, and that really felt like I was stepping into an alternate universe, but I do really like those ones as well. Rip Cody? Yeah, he doesn't get a point of view. He just gets to be Golden Retriever boyfriend. Second person smut is all I know how to write at this point. We will not talk about why that is. He's not dead or anything, but we'll never know his inner thoughts. We will know his inner thoughts because he likes to text them to the main character all the time, especially when they're dirty thoughts. I'm having a lot of fun with this book, if you couldn't tell.
Oh, we can.
Love that.
I can't
Usually
wait to really then praise you on it.
Usually romance is 2 POVs, and typically third POV, at least the majority I have read are. I think, granted I have not read a ton of romance, but I feel like historical romance is often third POV, and like all of the contemporary stuff that I've read, which granted, again, is not a lot, has been in first person, so... Yes, I understood. Yes, from Pitch Perfect. I got the reference, but there's a lot of comments, and I'm getting anxious. Bonus scenes are the cookies you can give to make people sign up for your newsletter. I learned this from Steve and Malin's stream. CB says, CB is an idiot who has no idea how tenses and POV and all that technical junk works. She's not educated, special needs, and was the kid the teachers in her school hated the most. Aw.
I love how school is in quotation marks.
That is interesting.
Was it not a real school?
And yeah, small disclaimer, not saying anyone writing romance has to write in third and have 2 POVs. I'm just saying, as reading for 20 years, that's what I've seen most often. Yes. Everyone can do whatever they want. Sometimes that's a scary thing to know. Everyone's got Newfoundland. I did not almost just say Newfoundland. Wow, Newfoundland accent in Canada in my mind. Sorry, I don't make the rules. I swear I'm half Canadian. I know how to pronounce Newfoundland.
I am staring at this comment with judgment.
I don't make the rules. I just enforce them, and then Autistic King. Thank you, thank you. We will know his inner thoughts because he is a man and cannot shut up. Yeah, really. CB just wrote that comment in third person. She's neither the person nor the reader, nor is the reader the person. It's also present tense. She did it perfectly, so I don't agree that she's an idiot. And also, school is pretty valid. Backhanded compliments is a third person dual POV present tense, just so people know. I'm so freaking
Backhanded
excited.
compliments is also up for pre-order, just so people know.
Katie, drop your link.
Yes, please. I don't know how to find it quickly enough.
You have a wrench, do the do.
Clink, clink.
We all demand it, so therefore.
Mm-hmm. First person POV would be so fun in a romance if you suddenly switch to a random POV and they're like, why does this person keep staring at this guy for 10 minutes? What is she thinking? Is she okay? There is a book that I know Katie has read and was not a fan of. I enjoy it for nostalgia reasons because I met the author and she's actually from my hometown. But the book is A Little Something Different by Sandy Hall, and it came out like 10 years ago. And it's written from 14 different POVs, none of which are the two people in the couple. So there's the point of view of a squirrel and also a park bench. I think the park bench's first line is not all butts are created equal. It's a very interesting time. But yeah, the whole book is just people being like, are they gonna get together? Plot twist, CV was homeschooled. Maybe. We will see. Schools are meant to teach. A student could declare it a failure on their own, yeah? What is a Newfoundland accent? Do I want to know?
No. Yes. No. It's a time. And if you want to know why people make the accentuated the about in the way Canadians speak, it's mostly because of the Newfies.
Yeah, my grandmother has quite the Canadian accent. She's from Halifax.
Stat.
They're so self-absorbed that everything feels like a movie, but then you go, wait, no, that is just you actually, little weirdo. I love you so much. More CB lore. And we have a pre-order link.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Well, get the thing.
I assume this is about the 14 POVs. That's excessive, but also what a sleigh.
Yeah.
And pre-order link for non-Americans, because there are plenty of those here.
Yep.
Of course it was 2014. Different kind of time, I swear. Actually, Crystal, Newfoundland is a place and not a time. It's a state of mind, really.
I mean, ain't wrong.
Me to the bench. Tell me about it. I love how the Amazon website for Backhanded Compliments has the book listed at 352 pages. It is more than that. I had
Amazon.
the same thing happen for Jenny. I uploaded it and it said, this is 97 pages. And I'm like, no, it is not. It's 150 or something.
Yeah.
Amazon just is a mess sometimes.
So drunk. So drunk.
Has anyone seen X-Men 97? Nope.
I have. I've seen bits and parts of it, and then I keep forgetting it exists. So that should tell you where I am in life.
I can't believe this is something that Crystal has seen and the rest of us haven't.
To be fair, I loved the original 90s
Sam.
animated series. That was my childhood. And so when it came out as an X-Men girly, I was like, sure, let's do it. And then it's not like I haven't seen all of it. I've only seen a few episodes. And it's not the most horrible thing on the planet. But again, when you have the attention span of a squirrel and a project list of a crazy person, I try to pick how I spend my time and always fail miserably and then forget stuff exists.
That's fair. I think I have the hiccups and I'm very upset about it. Steve says the Kindle version is $17 and the paperback is $18. Damn, that's crazy. Amazon is the real liar here.
Fact.
Correct. And Eva says it's $13 and $19 for her Kindle versus paperback. I would like to say, I'm not skipping your comment, Gaze, by the way, I will go back to it, but I would like to say thank you, Katie, even though I know it is not you at all and it is your publisher, but I appreciate that it's going to be a paperback, because hardcovers are so expensive, and also, I kind of prefer holding paperbacks, not going to lie. I just want to say, a voice actor, a singular guy, kind of ate so hard it made me want to open up a Google Doc, if you know what I mean. I think we do. We have been talking about fanfic on and off throughout today. We've had some interesting conversations today. But we have been going for 2 hours and 40 minutes. So, do we want to think about doing outros and stuff?
Possibly, maybe, perhaps.
Sam wants to know which voice actor it was. Yeah, that had nothing to do with me, but I love that it's in paperback. So much better for my hands. And I love that paperbacks are the romance genre's bread and butter. I never know what you mean, gays, but that's sort of the charm, I find. Yes.
Yeah, kind of.
You're known for dropping things with no context, but honestly, don't need it.
It's a vibe. Always here for it.
If you simply were linked to me via mind meld. Romances are usually just paperback. It'll look nice on the shelf with the other romances.
You assume there's other romances on my shelf, Katie.
You have a Dark and Secret Magic.
Is that a romance? It's hardback though.
Yeah, but it's a romance.
Yeah, but it's
Well,
speculative.
Go back to the Dark and Secret Magic because that is where it's going. But
Oh, goodness. More comments. As we all know, I'm spiritually in the room with Mars, so my schedule is simply full. You are. Only when I'm filming. Which, granted, has been a lot this month. I've been doing a lot of vlogging. Yes, it is a fantasy romance, so I guess not technically just a romance. I was thinking a lot recently about how there's technically 2 different kinds of romances, or not romances, of genres, where you have, like, vibe genres, like fantasy or sci-fi, where it's the world that really determines the genre, but then you also have genres like romance or mystery, where you have, like, not like a formula, but like you know the plot beats. So, I don't know. Just something I was thinking about. We don't have time to dissect all that. I have some old 70s to 80s romances, and they're so floppy. I adore them. I'm taking such good care of them. They simply have no new tears. You film all the time. I never get anything done at home anymore because I'm like, oh, there they go again, hit and play, and then I have this spirit sprint over. My bad. I am getting tired of hearing my own voice, so y'all have to do your outros now.
okay, guess I'm going first while Mars drinks water. My name is Marta. I make writing-related content with the occasional splashes of art, and I am working on 2 fantasy projects on the side at the minute. None of which are published, so nothing else to report. Violet?
I am once again promoting the book club. There will be a live show coming up in the next days. Stay tuned. If you're not part of the Discord, you should, because that's where we organize things when things get organized eventually. Yeah, it's Vampire Academy this month. It's going to be a fun time. Everybody's invited, as always.
And I'm Crystal, or was Crystal, or who the heck am I sometimes? My channel is Crystal's Cluster. I make a cluster of content ranging from whatever I decide to do at any given day. Sometimes I stream, mostly, and even less so there are videos, which I've got 1, if not 2 coming, so stay tuned. And I also write vampire fantasy series that we lovingly call Project Incarnate, and it's 7 books. The Trench Coat. It's now going to be officially my thing. That's part of the intro and outro now. 7 books in the Trench Coat.
Sounds good. And I am Mars. You're on my channel, which is very close to 500 subscribers. So if you're not subscribed and you want to do me a good turn, you can help me hit 500. Not that I'll get anything out of it from, like, monetary things, but it'll still be a cool milestone to hit.
It used to be such an exciting milestone because you got a community pool at 500, and then they gave it to everyone when I think we were both at 400-ish at the time, and I was like, well, now it's no longer gonna feel special.
Wow, the audacity.
Right?
But yeah, I post content, I do streams and stuff. I have some books, they're linked in the description, and they're on sale right now. Crystal's getting very pixely, and it's really funny.
They look better in person, I promise.
Fact. Internet
I
connections go to hell.
don't know if anyone shared the Nostalgia Train Discord in the chat, but I know the Troublemakers Discord was shared, so I will grab the book club Discord and share it in the Troublemakers Discord after I close this out, just to make sure that's available to people who want to join. I do believe Sam is hosting the next stream. Correct me if I'm wrong. Actually, don't. I can check the thing myself. Yeah, Sam will be streaming in 14 minutes now, along with some hosts, so we can get more sprinting done, have some more interesting conversations. Thank you all for showing up and hanging out with us. I'm gonna press all the buttons now, wave to the audience. Bye, friends!
I won't stop till I wear the crown. I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to win.